Hey, good morning. Welcome to I think I need a countdown for Hobby Evolution because I hit live and it's like boom, you're on. There's like no introduction. We need like something, even a countdown, like a 5, 4. I don't know how to do that. Look at my hair this morning. I haven't showered yet. Bedhead, but I got my coffee. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Weekend edition. I'm going to do a little show and tell this morning. We're going to get into some food talk. I don't know if Uncle Rich is going to be here this morning. Hobby Hotline coming up. I don't know who's on Hobby Hotline this morning, but I'll be tuned in. A lot of shipping. My eBay sales went through the roof yesterday. I think, the impressions and all that, the views are back up, back to normal. I've been adding inventory out of my behind this week. A lot of stuff from the National. That's what I want to show off. I listed 50 or 60 cards, autos and refractors that I picked up for 75 cents per card. And I'm blowing these cards out like $5 a pop, which may be under comps, maybe over. I don't know. I'm just like $5. I know what I have into it. I don't want to go too cheap on them on offers, but I think $5 is a pretty fair price for most, and these aren't like 2012 nobodies. These are like 2022. Eric Hernandez, 2022. I don't think he's a top 10 White Sox prospect, but hey, it's an orange refractor to 25. So for 75 cents, that's a pretty damn good deal. Little food talk this morning. I want to talk about my dinner last night. It was not stovetop stuffing last night. I hit up the grocery store, did a little grilling, and I had sweet corn for the first time this summer. Yes, I love sweet corn. So we're going to talk about food. And I see somebody talking, Tatis mentioned in the comments, saw you on Carded. That's right. I did a little short segment, maybe 30 seconds. So that was on Carded. I do have it up. So I'll play like 5 seconds because I don't want to get because MLB, they know. So I don't want to, I got to be careful. Maybe I'll just show I won't play it. I'll just show a quick screen grab. So I was filmed and the new episode of Carded came out, I believe, yesterday. So I saw that I was going to watch the Cubs game yesterday afternoon, and it said Carded. Oh, from the National. Boom, click on that. So I watched it, and there I was. So yes, that was fun. What's going on? It's Saturday. Hobby Hotline coming up a little bit later. It's an hour away. I'm a little late, almost 9 a.m. for start time, which is kind of a late Saturday, late start for me. I just decided to sleep in. Like I've been up early for me the last couple days, so it's kind of nice. I'll just sleep in a little bit. Let's see, where are we at? Hobby News Daily in the house. Good morning, Ziggy. Know what's happening? We've got Cooter here. Good morning, Cooter. Herman in the house. What's happening, Herman? Tracy, good morning to you. And your puppy dog. Talking Tatis, saw you on Carded. That chick is smoking hot. She's really cool. Her name's Alex. She was also on King of Collectibles. Very energetic. Kyle, good morning. What's up? Donald Davis, happy Saturday to you. Talking Tatis says, the segment was an 8. Soft corners a little OC. I was I got in that weird, like I've been on TV and I always like ask the producer, like, okay, do you want me to talk to you or do you want me to talk to the camera? Because it's different. The production and the TV shows, it's different. So I didn't do that with Carter. So I didn't know if I should look at the camera. Hey, hi. Or am I looking off camera like, yes, my project is to collect 1 million Cubs cards. So What do you do? What do I do with my hands? So I don't think they gave me. Did they give me the cards in the segment? Because that was the plan. Was the producer? I think his name's Chris. Great dude. He had approached me a couple days prior. And he's like, "Hey, do you take donations?" I'm like, "Absolutely." He's like, "Could we do a segment with you? And can we do a segment with you and give you cards?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, yes, absolutely. Let's see. Where are we at? So let's just screen grab. So it's on MLB TV. So there it is, carded. Yeah, I didn't look at the camera the whole time. I got to be careful. I don't want MLB TV to take my. Oh, they did. They did give me the cards. Okay, they did give me the cards. So you can see it on MLB TV. I don't know if it airs on MLB Network. Does Carded air on MLB Network? I don't know if they do that or not. Chris, what's happening? My man, welcome, Bo, and my hobby family. Good Saturday morning to you. We've got James here from the Chasing Cardboard headquarters. What's up, James? Dan waiting for his 2-hour Uber ride to LA, departing at 12:40 Pacific time. So that is 2:40 Central time. So enjoy. Have a safe trip back. Herman says, where can you watch Carded? MLB TV. Oh, and Talking Tatis says, yes, it is on MLB Network tomorrow morning. Awesome. So right now it's on MLB TV, and then I guess tomorrow morning it'll be on MLB Network, which fortunately I have MLB TV. I don't get MLB Network because I have YouTube TV. So by the way, if you have YouTube TV, you can't watch MLB Network. Talking Tatis says, you never looked at the camera, waited for a face shot and bow plug. Yeah, I didn't know. Do I look at the camera? Do I look at where do I look? I didn't ask that. Marquee Network, I did. So if you get Marquee Network, which you only get in the Chicago area, that's going to be like a featured segment on a show called Marquee Memorabilia, which I think they said will be coming out end of August, which end of this month. So that was like, they did like a pretty in-depth interview. Like we were filming for like 40 minutes, I think, with Marquee Network. And it was like I had like an entourage. There were like 6 dudes. And then they filmed, they did the interview segment. And then they did, they're like, can we get you like looking through a booth? And fortunately, we were over like kind of by the autograph area because I met Dale Murphy. Just randomly, Dale Murphy walks by. Dale, hey, my friend Herman was on. I'm Couch People, and he's like, hey, I remember that. Yeah. So fortunately, the Singles Club, one of my favorite tables at the National, they were nearby, and I'm like, my favorite spot right over here. So we went over to the Singles Club, and they filmed me digging, and then they're like, now we want to film you like just walking through the National, and I'm like. So they had like the whole crew filming me. Like I'm walking and they're filming me. I felt like I was on like the red carpet. It was wild. Never had that happen before. So that was fun. Bob Wagner, what's up? Good morning. Happy Saturday. Talking Tatis says, I was hoping you got a huge bump in sales from the segment. It's hard to say. You know, I thought maybe I'd get, I didn't, well, I think I got some Twitter followers because they displayed my name and my at 1 million Cubs because I'm basically at 1 million Cubs on every platform. So I think I picked up a few Instagram followers, a few Twitter followers, and we'll see when it airs on MLB Network, you know, hopefully then maybe we'll see some, my bedhead over here is just driving me absolutely nuts. Hopefully we'll see a bump. Tom, yes, I forgot. Today is National Trading Card Day, so you can get some free cards, I think. Or I don't know if it's free cards or I think you get like a pack with a purchase of a hobby box. I don't think we have any. Our former card shop in Madison, the baseball card shop, they were a trading card day shop. Not all shops. The only card shop in Madison now does not partake. I don't. At least they haven't in the past, so I don't know if they do or not. But it is National Baseball Card Trading Day, so hit up your local shop if. Okay, I need to get this off. Stop. There we go. It's running in the background. Keep diverting my eyes. So yes, it is National Trading Card Day. Cards for Kids Oregon, good morning from the West Coast Nut Jobs. First time catching actual live. What is up? Good morning. I had dinner last night, as I do most nights. It's been kind of hot and humid. What I love on a hot, humid summer evening, sweet corn. I typically only eat sweet corn by myself. I don't even eat sweet corn around my wife, because if you watched me eat sweet corn, you would think serial killer. that dude's a serial killer. Because there's not, I think everybody who eats sweet corn looks like a serial killer, because you're just, there's not a normal way to eat sweet corn. So I always refuse sweet corn, like in public or with friends even. Hell, even in front of my wife. You don't want to watch me eat sweet corn. I've talked about this before. I think probably last summer when I talked about eating sweet corn. My dad, it looked like he was making love to his sweet corn, because he would just, and he'd make that like, every bite. He was a slow eater. I'm a fast eater. I'm like, so I had sweet corn. Now, I made sweet corn what I call the old-fashioned way. It's what I grew up with. I know there's like fancy ways now, like, you can grill it straight out of the husk and do all this fancy stuff. Nope, not for me. What I do, and I cheated yesterday. I went to the grocery store and I just bought pre-shucked sweet corn, because it's a mess. And it's like, you know what? I don't want to piss around with. And then you got to pull out the little hairs, and it's like, screw it. So they sell, and I'm sure they upcharge you because they got to pay for the labor of shucking it. So I'm sure I got upcharged for the pre-shucked sweet corn. But it's easy. I just put it on the stove, boil water, and I think the mistake I made, a mistake so I just boil it. That's all I do. I boil the sweet corn with a little salt in the water, and then I boil it for like 15 minutes. And then I like country crock butter. I'm sure it's filled with all kinds of shit that's in the stovetop stuffing. So I country crock, little butter knife, then roll it around in the pool of butter from the hot sweet corn, and then pepper. I just load it up with pepper. Love pepper and corn. I think I made a mistake with my sweet corn last night, though. What I did was I dropped the sweet corn in the pot of water before it was like hot and boiling. So I think it was in the water too long. It was still good. Don't get me wrong. It was still good, and I ate the shit out of it. But I probably should have waited until there was like a soft boil or something. I think that's the mistake I made. And then from the boiling point, boom, 10 to 15 minutes. So that's the mistake I made. And I had a steak. It was just a T-bone. I'm not a big T-bone fan. I mean, a steak, don't get me wrong, steak is steak, but I think T-bone might be toward the bottom of my favorite list. It used to be the opposite. I love T-bone, and ribeyes were like, give or take. Now it's like, no, give me a ribeye. I had a T-bone last night. It was good. Not great. It's good. Not great. Sweet corn was good plus. It was good plus. It wasn't quite great, but it was better than good. I'll grade it a good plus. George in the house. What is up, George? Good evening to you, sir. Tracy says, yum, sweet corn. And I typically only have sweet corn once, maybe twice a year. Another summer favorite is BLTs with fresh garden tomatoes. Big old plump, juicy red tomatoes. You can't wear white shirts because you get tomato juice just dripping. Again, how come I look like a serial killer when I eat my dinner? Sweet corn. And I got butter oozing everywhere. Hobby News Daily says, trading card day. Who is getting a free pack? Yeah, I live in like a dead zone for trading card day. Because none of my card shop, well, there's only like one card shop in Madison, and they don't partake. We've got a shop in Stoughton, Waupun, but Waupun's like an hour. Stoughton's probably a half hour at least. So it's tough for me. I don't get a trading pack today. I don't get a free pack today. But I'm drowning in cards from the Nationals still. I listed a bunch of cards. These came in the bulk box. I got these for 75 cents a card. Autos, some sapphires, a Bobby Witt Jr. sapphire. I think that already sold. So a lot of good stuff there. I've been listing some vintage that I picked up in the vintage bargain boxes. I listed the table I bought. I've been listing some of the vintage football out of there. There's some Topps posters from that buy. So I've just been selling those. Actually, I don't think they've sold. Most of that I just listed last night. The 62 post football cards, those have been kind of, I had somebody offer me like $2 for all of them, but they're selling it like, I've sold a few at regular price. I listed it $6. I sold a couple for $5. I sold a couple for like $4 to $4.50. So kind of $4 is my basement. I saw somebody, what's your basement on this? I never heard of that term used for trading card floors until recently. I kind of like it. What's your basement on this? So like $4 on those 62 posts. Kyle says, besides Larry's business card, did you find any other NASCAR in your national bulk buy? I believe so. I think there's just a few, but it's like a trickle. It's not a dick trickle, but a trickle of NASCAR. Like maybe just a couple singles here and there. And I'm sure they're all like junk. But you'll like them. They'll go in your box. So nothing. There was, I don't know if it's in this box. There was a set, like a sealed set. Let's see. There's it up here. Oh, this might be it. So yes, well, it's not NASCAR, but it's racing. When it comes to trading cards and like NASCAR, I lump everything into NASCAR. F1, it's NASCAR. Dirt track from Rockford, Illinois, it's NASCAR. IndyCar, it's NASCAR. So this was 1992. It's a sealed pack, Mario Andretti. So the back, it's got a checklist on the back. So that goes in my racing box for you, Kyle. Mario Andretti, 1992 high tech. And I thought there was a smaller like set. Oh, there's another Jordan. A lot of Jordans in here. I'm going to do a bulk listing of Jordan cards. Oh, here's a Cub. Ernie Banks. This is from Post. Still in its package. It must not have been in this. Well, there's Kerry Wood, so I obviously haven't gone through this row of cards. So always finding some good stuff. So yeah, Mario Andretti going in the NASCAR pile. What else? I love these discs. Bob Baylor, Toronto Blue Jays. So this, and what's cool about these is I think they were regional. I don't know if East Coast Tom is still here, but he's like an oddball expert. There were many different sponsors on the back, which I believe were regional based. So this purchase that I made came from a dealer out of Georgia. So a lot of the like regional issue cards that are in these boxes that I bought are Georgia. So this is Big T Family Restaurant and Tasty Freeze. Is Tasty Freeze still around? Tasty Freeze. Looks okay. So these are all. So I've got a bunch of Cubs, and they're all like different. Like there's a Holiday Inn on the back. There's a bunch. Let's see. Tracy says, you're talking my kind of food today. Give me a whole pack of bacon and garden tomatoes. There you go. I've said this before, like I'm not a big bacon guy, but a BLT, a BL freaking T, loaded up with bacon, loaded up with tomatoes, a little bit of lettuce. Hell yeah. Good old fresh BLT. Is carded on stream too. I don't know if it's on YouTube. Do they put, let's do a quick search. MLB carded. They may, because I think MLB Network puts like some of their stuff on. So it looks like they do put it on the stream, but I don't think they put it on just yet. I think they wait. So it looks like the last MLB carded came up a month ago, which I believe was the last, because it's been about a month since they've put any up. Let's do a search. Carded. So it looks like the most recent one was, I think, the last episode they did, Pedro Martinez and David Ortiz, 1 month ago. So it might come to YouTube on the MLB. This is on MLB's at MLB. You know what's crazy? It's been online for a month and it only has 12,000 views. On MLB, that has 4.5 million subscribers. That doesn't bode well for my appearance. Let's see. The one from 3 months ago with Mike Trout only has 9.4 thousand viewers. Wow. Let's see. That seems quite a good buy. This is a great question that Ziggy poses. So I'm going to share I grew up in an agricultural rural community, which I should know the answer to this question without hesitation, but I am going to hesitate because I wasn't a farm boy. I was a townie. I grew up in a small town, but I didn't know shit about the farm. I think non-sweet corn, there is non-sweet corn, and I think non-sweet corn is just what they call field corn, or what else do they call it? Who's a farmer in here? There's got to be a farm. Kyle! I know Kyle knows the answer to this. I'm pretty sure non-sweet corn is just regular field corn. Like if you see photos of like Iowa, Field of Dreams, that's probably all non-sweet corn. That's just corn that they feed the pigs. Sweet corn is actually like a very small percent of like corn you see in fields is actually sweet corn. Sweet corn is basically like a garden corn because it's sweet and you eat it. Cards for Kids Oregon says silage corn. There you go. Oh, and Kyle's got an answer for us too. Non-sweet corn is for animal feed. Sweet corn is for people. Yes, and I think, can you confirm most corn in fields is animal feed, non-sweet corn? So how about that? Showing off my farming knowledge. Hobby News Daily says, why are there so few LCSs participating? Close them down if they don't. So here's the thing. You have to be like in cahoots with Topps. Now, back in the day, like pre-Fanatics, this is why I think Fanatics is good for the hobby, because Fanatics is actually opening up relationships with more card shops. Pre-Fanatics, Topps was the good old boy network. if you were a card shop, you could be the shittiest. You could be comic book guy, card shop, and have a card shop, and your shop could suck. But if you were a good old boy and you'd been with Topps for 30 years, they give you special treatment. So here's a link for the most recent from a month ago. And this is how Topps you could only be like a Topps like brick and mortar direct account. Like you had territories, like only one card shop within a certain mile radius could be like the Topps brick and mortar. It was territorial, and they're going away from that with Fanatics. The baseball card shop, which there were formerly, and I'm just using Madison as an example because I know this area. So we had the baseball card shop, and then we had Jim's. Jim's on University. Baseball card shop was on Whitney Way. So the baseball card shop had been a card shop since like I think he opened in like 1981. Long time card shop owner. He was part of the Good Old Boy Network. Now, Jim's has been around for like since the early 90s as well, but I think because of the territorial rights, baseball card shop, and if anybody knows differently or can correct me, let me know. But I'm pretty sure this is how it has worked in the past. Now, the baseball card shop got flooded back in, what year was it? 2017 or no, it was 2018. 2018, baseball card shop got flooded. He had to close. He still ran a, quote, card shop out of his home. And he would do like garage sales on, one weekend a month in the warm weather, from like March to October. And he was still, nobody else in Madison could get that Topps direct account because this guy in his garage had the Topps direct account. That's how it used to work. And now Fanatics, if they haven't already, they are starting to cut the good old boys off, and they're opening it up to more local card shops so more card shops can participate in National Trading Card Day. So that's a little background. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure, talking with people in the know, that's how it's worked. Where we at? George says in Korea, they ain't got no sweet corn. Just field corn for the livestock, but we eat it. Ugh. I've had non-sweet corn. It's not good. It's not sweet. Not good. Probably 98% of corn you see going down the road is not sweet corn. Thank you. Yes. So it is, most of the corn you see is going to the pigs, fatten up the pigs so you can have your pork chops. Ziggy says, sounds like sweet corn is genetically engineered. Corn syrup is killing our future. 1 in 3 today will have diabetes from high fructose corn syrup. Probably. America, we suck when it comes to food. And I've said this before. When I went to Italy a couple of years ago and ate the food, it's all fresh. They don't Europe doesn't put all of these genetically modified chemicals into their food like we do here in the US. And for 2 weeks, I'm in Italy eating all this fresh food. The moment I stepped foot and ate something from the US, I could taste the sodium. I could taste the difference. It's because what we put in our food, and we gotta give money to all those, companies, those biochemical companies. That's something for another day, but I agree with you, Ziggy. My card shop has almost nothing new to open, mostly just his collection to buy individual cards and visit. That could be good. That could be bad. I love digging through bargain boxes and I love just hanging out in a card shop. But if the card shop owner doesn't have a personality and doesn't talk, then you don't feel welcome, then it sucks. So that could be good. That could be bad. Just picked a couple more Willie Mays from your store. Thank you, Cooter. I've been adding a lot of new inventory to my eBay store this week. I love my new setup. This is my listing room. I've got my shipping room next door. I can bounce back and forth, can play baseball games on the TV. I love it. Happy Saturday. Dan in the house. I am listing cards. A good start to the day. Happy Saturday. That does sound like a happy Saturday. Great info on LCS. I would assume they want to grow this. Did you know the stadiums have exclusive packs of cards? Yeah. So the stadium, these are really cool. So usually Topps teams up with like a apparel, like it's been New Era in the past. And I know this has been going on since at least like 2017, because I remember going to Wrigley and getting a pack of New Era back in 2017. And they get you because you have to spend money to get the pack. Like in 2017, I think I just had to buy a hat. You had to buy a New Era hat and you got a free pack of cards of these exclusive stadium only New Era Topps cards. And they sell pretty well on the secondary market. I think the most recent that I saw maybe last year, 2 years ago, because it's for a limited time. I think it's typically toward the end of the season. When I went in 2017, I saw David Bodie hit a walk-off home run in the 10th inning, I believe. And it was like 2 weeks after his walk-off grand slam on Sunday Night Baseball. So I think it was in August, mid to late August. So about this time. And so it's only like for a month that you can get these packs. But I think last time, and I only bought them the one time in 2017. I don't go to many games. I think you had to buy like $100 worth of, and again, I could be wrong. I could be misquoting numbers, but I think it was significantly more than like a $30. And remember, a hat is still like $35 for a New Era hat. But you had to spend X amount on New Era. But I think they opened it up. It was more than just a hat. You could buy anything New Era, but it had to be like $50 or more, $100 or more, and you got a free pack. Max in the house. It's unfortunate, but the companies that run our country have too much to lose if we change our ways in terms of almost anything food and health related. But yeah, cards. That's true. That is very true. It is unfortunate. Shane says, how about them Braves? Shut up, Shane. Shut up. That was an ugly game to watch. Moving on. Kids for Cards Oregon says, found 22 Roberto Clemente cards. Paid $200 for them. 1950s and 60s, getting most graded, but going to be mid-grades, but I think still worth it. Yeah, because that's what? $10 a card? And if, even if they're from the 50s, I mean, shit, even $10 for a 67, 68, 69 is going to be worth more than $10. I pulled from the vintage bargain box. I pulled a Clemente like RBI leaders from 68 Topps, I believe. And I got it for $1. I think I paid for those cards. I think I paid like $1.10 per card. And the Clemente sold for $7.50. I already sold it. It sold within 24 or 48 hours. So I think you did really well on about $10 a card, or little under $9 a card, $9.50 a card for Clementes from the 50s and 60s. It's a hell of a good deal. Speaking of good deals, so this is what happens at the National. You just kind of get lucky sometimes. The National is so massive that you can't just time everything right and get good deals. Sometimes you just luck into it. Or if you have enough people that know what you're into, you have like satellites around the show, and those satellites say, hey, bargain box, booth 955. And then you go to booth 955 and you get a good deal. My buddy Joe, who sets up at some of my shows, he loves bargain boxes as well. He came to me Saturday afternoon. We ran into each other and he goes, hey, there's a really good bargain box you got to check out. So I did. And here's the result. I filled 3 rows of a 4-row box of Bowman Chrome, autos, refractors, some Wander Franco, true rookie cards. See, when I'm selling this, it's a true rookie card. But personally, This is just a prospect card. But when I list it on eBay, it's a true rookie card because that's what the true rookie card people say. This is a true rookie card because it's number 50 and he made his debut in 2021. So that's a true rookie card. So I'm going to believe you. And so I picked out like 5 or 6 of those. And I figured I'll list them for $5. At one time, they were like $10 cards. I think they're probably the Rays have kind of dropped off. They were on fire the first 2 months of the season, and then they dropped off. So that's probably affecting the Wander Franco market. So what else? I showed the Eric Hernandez. Garrett Mitchell, first Bowman Chrome. I figure for 75 cents, why the hell not? Another orange. This is a paper version. Yoelqui Cespedes of the White Sox. Orange out of 25. Is this a first? Yeah, this is a first Mikey Romero Sky Blue out of 499. And he's one that sells pretty well on eBay. That's from 2022. Warming Bernabel. Here's a green. Again, I got all these for 75 cents. Here, I pulled a bunch of Jackson Holidays, and these have been selling for in the $4 to $5 range. Let's see. So the autographs they're not like Wander Franco and Jackson Holiday autographs. They're going to be like Kendall Simmons. It's from 2020. I think the oldest autographs were from 2020. So that's 2020. Here's a refractor, first Bowman Chrome refractor auto. It's a pitcher, but still, I could probably sell that for $5. Milcar Perez, this is a yellow chrome, numbered out of 75. Ruben Ibarra from 2021, first chrome auto. What else? Of course, I got some Cubs for the Cubs collection. Christopher Pasiola, numbered to 499. Now, in Italian, if the C is followed by an I-O, it's a ch sound. But sometimes we Americanize names. So I've heard his name pronounced mostly Pasiola. So his name might be Americanized. Paciola. First Bowman Chrome. This guy fell off the face of the earth. He was one of the top Cubs prospects at one time. But for 75 cents, I'll buy another one. Probably have 10 already. Here's a good buy. And this is going in my eBay store. This is not going into my personal collection because it's not a Cubs card. It's a Mets card of Pete Crow Armstrong. How about that? Bowman Chrome Sapphire, Pete Crow Armstrong, 75 cents. I think I'm just going to hang. And this is when you have like a kind of a rough piece. Like, hey, Pete Crow Armstrong's a Cub. I'm going to hang on to this. And if I miss the boat on the peak of his market, I don't care because he's still a Cub. And normally I say I never sit on cards. I never say never. I rarely sit on cards and hold them, but in a case like this, I'll hold on to this because he's now in AAA and there's a likelihood he could see the Chicago team. He could be in Chicago by the end of this season. So I'll just kind of hang on to it and we'll see. Here's more Jackson Holidays, draft night, and another heir apparent. Let's see. Here's a gold. So 2020 is not. So there were a couple like 2018s in here. This is from 2018. Willie Abreu, first gold chrome refractor, numbered out of 50. Here's a sapphire auto of Eric Rivera. Again, I got all these for just 75 cents. Topps Pro Debut Chrome, Julio Rodriguez. Now, his market's a little bit down, but even commons for Chrome Debut will sell for about $2, sometimes $3 a pop. Ivan Melendez, his stock is rising. First Chrome Refractor of Ivan Melendez. Ulrich Bojarski of the Tigers, a Megabox Refractor auto. This is just a small stack of 3 full rows of a 4-row box. Max wants to know, are the Braves even good? They looked good yesterday. Damn, did they look good yesterday. Brian says, my local LCS hasn't changed bargain boxes since 2021 when the former owner died. It's sad pickings. That's brutal. There's nothing worse than going to your local card shop, getting excited to dig through bargain boxes, and they're outdated. However, that can play into your favor at times, as it did for me in 2021 during COVID. My local card shop had some bargain boxes, and the market had gone crazy, and his boxes still had, they weren't like set. I think he had like a $1 box and a quarter box, but he also had like a bargain box of all over the place. And yes, they were priced, they were marked. So I got like a Justin Verlander rookie. Now going into COVID, a Justin Verlander Topps rookie was about a $3 to $5 card. And I think he had it priced at like $5. So in 2018-19, that was like market price, what you would expect to see at a card shop. But in 2020 and 2021, you don't have a chance. Like, you usually just put bargain boxes out and you don't look at them again. And fortunately, that played in my favor, and it became a $40 card. There was, what else? Alex Verdugo. There was like a rookie chrome auto that I bought for like $6, and I think I sold it for 40 or 35. So sometimes that comes in handy. But most of the times it's just a bummer when bargain boxes are not updated. The Falsey says Pete just hit his first AAA home run last night. Ooh, I'll drink to that. Go PCA. I did find some good stuff, but I'm sick of Will Greer $5 patch cards, right? So does that make Kyler Murray cards worth $1.50? How does that work? How does the math work on that? Max says, do you remember where this booth was? This booth with the Chrome? No. It was on the main floor, the old floor, the main floor. It was towards the front. So if you come in the main entrance to the main floor, like straight ahead is like, I think Golden was right when you walked in. So go right about, so swing a right at the main entrance and go down maybe 2 aisles. I'm trying to think, 2 to 3 aisles. And then maybe 2 aisles in. So kind of in that general vicinity. If those directions make any sense to you, probably don't to anybody. But it was kind of toward the front, kind of toward the left center, near center, something like that. In that vicinity. But he had boxes like this, and it was so the pink stickers, I believe, were initially priced at $4. And I think the purple stickers were $3, something like that. Blue stickers. So, I mean, based on what I pulled on Saturday afternoon, like there was probably some, because I'm sure it was picked pretty clean Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Because by Saturday, they're just like, yeah, we'll sell a whole box for $600. So there was probably some really good stuff. And I know Joe filled his box before I even got there, and he got some really good stuff. So I can only imagine what was in there on Wednesday and Thursday, even at full price, would have been some good stuff. What else was in here? So Drew Gilbert has been a hot seller. So I got a first chrome of Drew Gilbert. I've been blowing out his paper cards, his first Bowman papers for $1.50. So I can probably get $4 for that. Zach Geloff just got called up. This is the Lunar, I believe, first chrome Lunar refractor. So probably get $4 for that. Victor Acosta, is that a yellow? Numbered out of 75. Yellow. More Jackson Holidays. What else is in here? Bergola. I think I sold one of these fairly recently for $6. There were 2 or 3 of these I pulled. What else? Here's a Gunnar Henderson refractor. Well, looks like did I get 2 of those? I got 2 Gunnar Henderson refractors. Yep, another one. More Jackson Holidays. Geez, I got a lot of Jackson Holidays. Jackson Holiday has been a big seller this year. Oh, here's another Cub, Pedro Ramirez, Lunar. Pulled a lot of Wander Francos. Here's a first chrome auto of Ulrich Bojarski. Oh, Lazaro Montez. He was one of the top prospects in this year's Bowman. First chrome lunar refractor. This might be a nice pull. Chase DeLauder, first chrome refractor. This could be a big card. I know he's been pretty hot. Let's see. Jose Salas. Orange. It is numbered to 25. It's a paper version. Let's see. What else? This is just the first. I'm still going through the first row. Out of 3. 75 cents a card. Can't beat that. What else? Is this a refractor? Oh, this is numbered. Alex Bregman, Topps Finest. This is numbered out of 50, so it must be a gold refractor. Another Mikey Romero. Some more Wander Franco true rookies out of Bowman's Best. Adley Rushman, Mega Box. I pulled a few of these, and I think I just sold one for $5 last night. Here's a Christian Hernandez Cubs refractor out of $4.99. That goes into my PC pile. Christian Vaquero, he was one time a hobby darling out of Bowman. This is a Blue Wave out of $150. A Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Mega Box from 2019. That's got to be at least a $5 card or more. I'm kind of a sucker for these. Reed Trimble Orioles Pro Set Auto, numbered out of 20. I'm kind of a fan of Leaf stuff. Cole Freeman, first chrome green something, numbered to 99. What year is that? 2018. So there are a few 2018 autos in here. Another Milcar Perez, chrome to 99. 99. Brewstar Gratterall, first chrome auto. Oh, shit. Let's see. Here's another Christian Vaquero green paper to 99. PCA. Here's another PCA. Paper out of 250. That is a Cubs card, so that stays. That stays in my collection. Mets cards, they go in the eBay store. Cubs cards, they stay. That was the first row. I just got through the first. Well, that was the first row plus all those that are already in my eBay store. Let's see. Yadier Molina to $3.99. Probably get a few. Yadier sells pretty well. Probably get a few bucks for that. Adley Rushman. This is the chrome version of the MLB stars of the MLB rookie card. Let's see. Danny Andrade of the Twins, first chrome mega box. Another Cubs auto, Jose Albertos, again, failed prospect. DJ LeMahieu, this is numbered out of 35. So that's nice with the Yankees. Another DeAndrade, this is numbered out of 125. Tanner Scoble, I think I'm pronouncing that right. First chrome refractor. Jonathan Clace of the Mariners, chrome refractor. I pulled a lot of initially I was pulling, I was kind of cherry picking, but towards the end I'm like, I've got to fill this box. It's hard to fill a whole box. So I'm like, Brewers. I like selling Brewers in my eBay store, and here's why. Because I can sell Brewers cards, and most of the time the buyers of Brewers, Packers are from Wisconsin. So what can I do? I can double dip and market the Madison Card Show, which is coming up August 26th at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. So I put my business card, Madison Card Show, with the schedule, and maybe I'll get some new customers to the show. Turkey Cards is late. I'm going to have to rewind. Kevin Alcantara, another Cubs card. This is the Invicta from 2022 Cubs card. So the cards I'm showing off now, not even in my eBay store yet. Here, how about this? Nico Horner Topps Chrome Sapphire Rookie. 75 cents. Here's a Dalton Jeffries rookie auto from Bowman Chrome. Kumar Rocker, refractor to 499. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bowman Chrome Sapphire. These are just, I think these are some more these are 2019 autos. I mean, the cards I'm skipping are like these. Like guys that doesn't really move the needle. So it's like, oh, why are you wasting your time on Robinson Ortiz? Well, because I paid 75 cents and I can probably at minimum get $3.54 for it. And another Jackson Holiday. Looks like this was a redemption. Brian Miller, Bowman Chrome, blue refractor auto, numbered out of 150. Zach DeLoach, first Chrome Sapphire. Here's a Devers, Rafael Devers, numbered out of 199. Jason Dominguez. That's a Sapphire. I thought it was a blue, but it's Sapphire. Let's see. I love Topps Pro Debut, which comes out next month, I believe. I probably won't buy any cards. Well, I say that, and I have 2 card shows coming up, which guess what I'll probably do? Buy more cards. Jared Jones Gold, numbered out of 50. But I'll probably buy at least one case of Topps Pro Debut. It releases next month, in about a month. Tanner Murray, Bowman's Best. That's why I need to liquidate what I purchased. Oh, did I not put Mr. Pete Crow in the wrong? There we go. So I want to liquidate. I want to get back to profit level for what I purchased here at the National, so I can buy more cards. Buy more. Max says you'll easily pay for your trip on this buy. Hell, maybe with 1 row. It was a great buy. It was a great buy. Turkey says I'm late. Have to rewind. Dan says, how would you have shipped that Invicta card? So that's a great question. So where's the Invicta? Kevin Alcantara. So the Invicta cards are a little thicker than a typical card, but they're not too thick. So they're a little thicker. So sometimes I ship Invicta in a card saver or in a thicker top loader. I don't like using the top loaders because a top loader is pretty thick in itself, but a thicker top loader is even thicker. How eloquent is that? A thicker top load is even thicker. So typically how I would send this would be in a card saver, just like I would ship a normal card. And it's going to come in at 1 ounce, probably under 1 ounce anyway. So I'd ship it like a normal card in a card saver. If there were multiple cards, if it was a single card purchase, card saver paper, like I normally ship a card. If somebody purchased this with like 3 or 4 other cards, then it probably would go in a bubble man, just because of the thickness. The thickness. Let's look at more cards. Here I said the last couple of days, I don't like what's in the box videos, but here we are. I don't have anything else to talk about. I am going to wrap it up here in the next few minutes, though, because Hobby Hotline's coming on, so I want to get settled into the shipping room because I have over 200 things to ship, even though I shipped all morning yesterday. Here's a Miguel Cabrera. I was talking with Gabe. This was great. Gabe's a former Beckett employee. So the last booth I was at the National on Sunday, I'm looking through some bargain boxes, and Gabe's on my right, Dr. Beckett's on my left, and we're just talking cards and bargain boxes. Gabe and I are kind of sharing, what sells. And I brought up, I'm like, George Brett and Miguel Cabrera, just a little hint for you guys for selling on eBay. Miguel Cabrera, George Brett, Roberto Clemente, like even modern stuff. There was one, Yadier Molina sells pretty well. Miguel Cabrera sells really good. So this is numbered out of 125. I think I can get at least $5, maybe $7 for that card. And what did I pay for it? 75 cents. Here's a Brave. Cole Phillips, first Bowman paper out of 499. I'm not sure. I haven't I'll kind of have to look at some of the prospect list to see. Yeah, and going back, like this is Angel Rondon from 2021. How old is he? And that's another thing. You look to see their ages. He was born in 97. What's that make him? I have to use my fingers. 2007, 2017. So he's 26 already. So he's kind of and he's how sad is that? We're calling a 26-year-old old. Eric Davis is another player that sells. Eric Davis sells really well. This is a Topps Chrome Sapphire, so I was happy to pull that for 75 cents. Jarlin Susana, never heard of this guy. Oh, this is from this year. When was he born? Shit, he was born in 24 or 24. He's not going to be born until next year. He was born in 2004, March. So he is he just turned 19. So he's still a young pup of the Washington Nationals. And this is numbered to 150. Oh, here's another PCA. We got Matt McLean, a couple of Matt McLeans. He's playing well with the big league club in Cincinnati. Can't go wrong with Jackson Churio, and these are hot. These are $5. You know, Churio, De La Cruz is worth more now, I would assume. But Churio, this is another guy that I might hang on to for a little bit, and by a little bit, let's quantify it here, a month. Because hell, he might get called up again. You know, Jackson Churio, he's what, 20? And he's in Double-A already. And I think he's playing pretty well in Double-A. I always love picking up top prospects of Yankees. This is the Ray Wave of Trey Sweeney. What else do we have? Yaswar Garcia. I think, did he make his debut? There was there is a guy that I think is making his MLB debut this weekend. Here's Oscar Colas, and he's been called up. This guy's now in the Cubs. He's a Cubs coach now, which is crazy because he was just drafted in 2016. Corey Ray, he was a top prospect back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like 5 years ago. First Bowman Chrome auto of Corey Ray, now in the Cubs organization as a coach. Bowman Invicta, Jordan Walker, stud. This guy's a stud. I hate saying that about Cardinals, but he is a stud. And he's on my fantasy team. If he wasn't on my fantasy team, I probably wouldn't talk him up so much. But let's see. Let's go through one more pile here. More. I have Jackson Holidays coming out of my ears. I love these All-America cards from baseball, from Bowman Baseball Factory. Werner Blakely. He's not a top prospect, I don't think, but it's a cool card. Here's Brady House, Virtuosic Vibrations, numbered out of 150. It's the Atomic Refractor. Jace Bowen Purple, first out of 250. Can somebody help me out? Who's getting called up? Somebody that is in, because I saw it scroll across the screen, and I'm like, ooh, I've got a bunch of first Bowmans of that guy. Here's a Colton Cowser Invicta. I've got a lot of people that buy Orioles cards. I have a lot of Orioles fan customers, and I think it helps that they're really good this year. That's probably why, because they're really good this year. Here's a first edition Adley Rutschman. Here's for my personal collection, Nelson Velasquez, who's no longer a Cub. He was traded. He went to the Royals for Jose Cuas. Here's another Yadier Molina, numbered out of 399. So I'll wrap it up. That's not even a row and a half. That's not even a row and a half. That's not even half of what I bought out of these boxes. I do have a stack that I have listed in eBay already. Maybe later tonight, I'll list some more and get some good deals because I'm blowing these out. And remember, I'm not comping these. So if I list them at $5, they might be $5 cards, but they also could be $10 or $15 cards. There was in fact, I've already been bitten. There was what card was it? Ben Joyce, Elite Extra Edition Auto. I listed for $5. And it sold right away. And I'm like, ooh, how much is this worth? And it's like a $20 card. So, because I'm just ripping away listing away, not comping, you can take advantage. Now, I have offers open. If I've underpriced a card, don't send me an offer, because typically if I receive offers and I'm like, I'm going to check this, I check it and I decline your offer and I raise the price to what it's near comps. So here's a little tip. If I've underpriced a card and you want an even better deal, you can do that without tipping me off. Buy 7 or more cards. Let's throw the link up. Well, it's not a link, but it's just the 99centcards.com. Go to my eBay store. If you buy 7 or more cards, you'll automatically get 25% off at checkout. That's at regular price. Don't tip me off and say, ooh, I'm going to try to get this for $1 cheaper, and you end up costing yourself $10 because I've raised it to where the current market is. So, little advice there. 99centcards.com. Link to my eBay stores in the description as well. Let's catch up with the chat and get going, because Hobby Hotline's coming on. Check out Hobby Hotline over on the Bench Clear Media channel. 7 minutes away. Sal Dougie's in the house. What is up? Good morning to you. Went to a double feature at the drive-in with the wife last night, just waking up. I've got an admission to make. I have never been to a drive-in. I've never been to a drive-in theater. Now, I grew up, because drive-ins were really popular in what, the 50s, 60s, 70s. And then they tore them down and built these multiplex movie theaters with the fancy recliners and all that. So I grew up in the 80s where bigger is better. Just gigantic boats of cars and huge, massive land masses of malls and gigantic theaters. That's the era I grew up in. And then nobody wants to go watch a movie outside. We want to go in this air-conditioned multiplex theater. 80s, 90s, and then all of a sudden, probably the early 2000s? Well, early 2000s, because then all of a sudden you start seeing drive-in theaters pop up. And now there's quite a few from, I don't ever remember where I grew up in Anawan, Illinois. And it depends where you grew up, but in Anawan, Illinois, there was not a drive-in theater probably for within 2 to 3 hour drive. Now there's multiple. There's one of the first ones that opened up was in Galva, Illinois. And I think it opened up, around the time that I worked at the radio station in Galva, or it might have been just after, 2003, 2004, and I had moved on. But I've never been to a drive-in theater, but I'm not a big movie guy either. So I think it'd be cool. Hey, let's go to the drive-in theater. Where is from Madison the nearest drive-in movie theater? I do know that if I go home 2 routes, if I go back to Anawan, there's 2 routes I can take, 2 of mini routes I can take that I drive right past a drive-in theater. If I go if I'm going to the Quad Cities, I go through Iowa, go down over to Dubuque and down through Maquoketa, and between Maquoketa and Dubuque, somewhere in Iowa, there's a drive-in theater. And then my main route that I take is down through New Glarus, Monroe, Wisconsin, into Freeport, down over to Sterling and cut over. If I take that route, there's a drive-in theater somewhere around Freeport. I think between Freeport and the Wisconsin border, there's a drive-in theater. So, Sal Dougie, where is the nearest drive-in theater from Madison? There's my answer. Jefferson is the closest. So that's an hour drive? For me, probably an hour, because I'm on the far west side of Madison. So there you go. Just got here in time for Jackson Churio and Corey Ray cards. Yes. And Sal Dougie actually answered it long before his follow-up. There's one in Jefferson and the Dells. We went to Jefferson this time. Very cool. Joe's in the house. What's up, Joe? I was just showing off some of my Joe is actually the guy who tipped me off to this awesome bargain box that, Wander Franco, Future Vibrance. 75 cents a card for these. And, most of them First Bowman Junior Caminero, which this is kind of this was a stretch. This, I think, was like toward the end where it's like, I just need to pull anything that's worth. This is probably only like a $250 card, but still for 75 cents, small profit if it sells. So some great stuff. So thank you to Joe for tipping me off to this booth. Let's see. Joe discovered Whatnot last night. Oh no, Joe. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Joe. I have Whatnot downloaded. I watched it once, not my thing. Maybe I'm just old and crusty. I'm a get off my lawn guy. Maybe I'll rediscover it. And Joe filled up a box himself. Maybe sometime down the road I'll go back and try Whatnot again. But yeah, not really my thing. So I'm going to wrap it up. Hobby Hotline starting in 2 minutes, so I'm going to watch that. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit up my eBay store. Many of the cards that I showed off in this video today will be available in my eBay store, 99centcards.com, or the link is in the description. Buy 7 or more, and you'll get 25% off at checkout. So check that out. Have a great Saturday. We'll be back on tomorrow about the same time, 8:30-ish. Could be 8 a.m., could be 9 a.m. Might wake up early and go at 7:30. Who knows? But I'll be on tomorrow morning at some point. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.